Assalamu alaikum guys. Hope everybody will be fine. Today in this short video lecture, I will guide you for the correct way of construction. Many people, they are working on construction sites, especially civil engineering students which want to get experience on construction site. They don't know what is the correct way of construction. So therefore, watch this video till the end to learn something new about correct way of construction. First of all guys, I will tell you, many students, they don't know about the lapping length. Okay, so what is the correct way of lapping? Guys, you can see here, if that is tension or compression, especially beam is tension. Okay, for example, this is beam, okay, and this is column. Okay, so in the beam, the lapping, in the beam, the lapping should not be provided at the mid. Guys, you can see this is the mid, and I provided the lapping at the mid. At the mid you can provide, but in compression zone. Okay, here we can provide two types of steel bars. One is in tension, the other one is in compression zone. Guys, you can see clearly. Okay, so these are tension steel rods, and this is compression. Let me show you in the section. So you can see I provided 3 steel rods, so this is tension zone, and here 2 steel rods, this is in compression. Okay, so therefore the bottom steel rods, lapping should not be provided at the mid. If you provide it at the mid like this, okay, so this is wrong. So the lapping should be provided after L/4 distance. As you can see guys, this is length, so L divided by 4. So at this place, from here to this point, you cannot provide the lapping. Also at the mid you can't provide the lapping, but after L/4 it means you can provide at this place. So this is the correct way to provide the lapping. But the lapping should not be provided less than 50D, where D is die of steel and tension. Okay, it should not be less than this. But at the top and compression zone, here guys, you can see, so here the lapping should be provided at the mid. So this is very important. Here this is the correct way. Here also you can provide, but at the bottom you can't provide. But here at L/4, after L/4 you cannot provide here also. So this is very important to know. In tension zone, the lapping should not be provided at the end of the support or at the mid, but it should be provided after L/4 distance. But at the top, the lapping should be provided at the mid, but not after L/4 or at the end of the support. So this is very important. But the length of the development, the lapping length should be not less than 50D, where D is die of steel rod. Okay, so this is the first point, lapping. Correct way. Okay, now come to compression. So compression is a column. So remember guys, the lapping should not be provided also at the mid. Don't provide at the mid. Okay, so this is wrong. The lapping should not be provided at the mid. Also here. So this is wrong guys. And also the lapping should not be provided at the bottom or here at the top. But where is the best place to provide the lapping? Guys, L means the total, or H is the total height. So total height divided by 3. So for example, if the height of this beam, this column is 12 feet. So here guys, 12 should be divided by 3, then you will get the distance 4 feet. So after 4 feet you will provide the lapping length, means like this you can provide. So this is the correct way. So here at the mid you can't provide also here. Okay, but after L/3 distance you can provide, but not L/2. This is wrong. L/4 is, L/3 is okay, right? So this is the correct way of lapping. Now guys, the second thing is 2. Spacing of stirrups and ties. As you know, ties we can provide in the beam, and tension member, but stirrups, but the ties should be provided in column. Means this is same thing, but when we provide in the column it's ties, when we provide in beam it's stirrups. So guys, remember, as you can see, this is stirrup. Okay, so the spacing of the stirrup, let me make it easy for you. You can see guys, these are stirrups. So this is beam, so therefore I provided the stirrups. So the stirrups should not be provided at the same distance. Okay, so here we have the proper formula and proper structure design. So therefore the stirrups should be placed, so this is length, full length, okay, maybe 20 feet or 15 feet, 16 feet. So to the distance of L by 4 means 20 should be divided by 4. It means so each L by 4 is 5 feet. So to the distance of 5 feet like this. So the stirrups should be provided closely. The stirrup should be provided closely. How? So here from 100 to 150 or from 150 to 200 mm. You can provide, this is formula for placing the stirrups in beam. So therefore to the distance of L by 4, the stirrups should be provided closely. For example, if I am using this formula, so to the L by 4 distance we should provide closely to the distance of 100 mm, also at this side. You can see guys. Okay, but at the mid we will take this one 150 mm, about 6 inches. So this is the formula, 150 mm we can provide here. But here L by 4 distance, it should be provided with 100 mm. Now what's the reason behind this? At the end of the support we provide closely. That's why, because at the end of the support we have maximum shear stresses. So due to maximum shear stresses, if we don't provide the stirrups closely, so it will provide cracks at the end of the support. Or the place where we provide the lapping length, so in that case we should also provide the stirrups closely compared to the mid or other place. So this is very important. Okay, means the dia of the stirrup should not be less than 6 mm with the spacing of 100 to 150 mm, center to center, or from 150 to 200 mm. It is depend on the total structure load. Okay, therefore. Now guys, if you come to the column, same thing we will use in the column. That's why, because, but one thing other, these hooks should be bent with 135 degree, but not on 90 degree. So on 90 degree guys, this is wrong, but this is okay. This is the correct way to provide. Now one thing other, so the hooks should be also provided alternately. Okay, not at the same direction. This is very important. The one should be provide same like this, the other should be the opposite same for this one. So like this way you can provide, or you can place the stirrups. And the column, where we can provide or where we need to provide the lapping in column, in that case or in that place we should provide closely the ties, otherwise it will provide buckling in column. Okay, or at the bottom and also at the top it should be provided closely. Or lapping zone, in lapping zone you should provide closely, same like this. So this is the correct way of stirrups. Okay, now guys, the third one is for slab. Okay, so slab steel, correct way I will tell you, correct way of construction. Remember guys, especially in two-way or one-way slab, we should provide the crank bar at the end of the support. What's the reason behind this? As I told you in many videos, that at the end of the support we have maximum shear stresses, but at the mid we have maximum bending moment. So we have zero bending moment at the mid, at the end of the support, but at the mid we have maximum bending moment. So therefore, to resist the maximum shear stresses, we should provide crank bar or extra bars So the crank bar should be same like this in slab. Like this, guys, you can see crank bar. Okay, so this is crank bar, guys, you can see clearly. So don't provide plain bar, same like this, because it cannot resist the shear stresses. Here, guys, you can see this is support, mean column, like you can see, guys. So therefore, we bend the bar or crank the bar to resist shear stresses, not like this. So this is wrong, but this is okay. So what should be the distance of this length? So again, this is L by 4, as I told you here. Okay, same this. But if you want to make economical the slab, so in that case the crank bar is better. But if you provide the simple plain bar, okay, it's in simple method, so in that case you should also provide the extra bars here, and you will bind with binding wire. Okay, but crank bar is better than this one. Okay, so in the two-way slab or also in one-way slab, it's important to provide crank bar. Okay, so this is very important. Spacing you can keep same, like 6 by 6 inches or 4 by 4 inches, and it's also depend on the structure load. Okay.